Oh, hello again. I have weeks looking at different video cards, and I'm real happy about it. It's just worked out great. I took out my old Azus. Here it is. This is a 1050 Ti, and it's worked great. You know, as a day-to-day, it's a 6400. It's got 4 gigs of VRAM. Doesn't need any power, and it's only got one fan, but it never overheated. I never really put it through too many paces. It was pretty slow when it came to rendering, files, video files, and stuff like that comparatively. It still accomplished the task. It just was a little slow. But this is a Gen 4, and for a day-to-day computer, it's great. Now, the reason I put this in is because it was the only thing that I could afford to do whatever I wanted, really. But being the miser that I am, I didn't want to spend. I think these things were more the cheapest things, and this thing cost me like $250 because everybody was buying up all the video cards and going Bitcoin mining, which I have no idea what any of that's about. But in any case, it was foolish, and it cost me a whole lot of time and money. So I put this in thinking it was temporary. And when the prices have come down, I don't know if they've come down as far as they're going to go, but I bought let me finish talking about this one. Let's see what we got here. This is the out of it. You can see regular monitor, HDMI, and it actually had a DVI for an older style monitor, so it was pretty well happening. So I'm looking down here because I changed all my keyboards for pausing and everything. So let me just pause this again, and I replaced it with a 1060. Now, I had a lot of conversations with ChatGPT about this thing, and I read a lot. And it came down to a choice between two that got down into a price range that I wanted to put into this computer. Now, this computer's PCIe slot is Gen 3. So I got to thinking, well, why not put it, the best Gen 3 that I can put in there? So the one that I could kind of afford was a 3070. Ended up being about the same price as this, about close to $300 at Best Buy or online or just about anywhere. Varied about $20 here and there. And it had 12 gigs of VRAM. This one here's only got 8 gigs of VRAM in it. But it's got a little thing called a DSLL3, which is like a deep learning. It can go into AI. And actually, it was Chat GPT that convinced me that I should put this in my Gen 3 slot as opposed to the other video card, which is 12 VRAM, because of what I want to do with it, for rendering videos, basically, and for working with AI and, text to video and, and also text to image and then image to video and text to video, etc., etc. Now I've noticed a marketable difference in these two. The other one was great for what it did. This actually really works for what I want. I've put it through its paces now on Runway and Night Cafe. I haven't got it into Midjourney yet, but I'm planning on doing that soon. And then there's a Chat GPT that I'm going to join and get the $20 a month Pro version, because it's got a doll voice to image part of that now. So, and the beauty of that is that, well, I could go to Chat GPT and kind of describe to it the image that I want and tell it to write me a description for the image. So that fascinates me, because chat and AI, it's always going to leave kind of the BS out of everything and make it very dry and concise. So, in any case, all right, here it is. So, goodbye, Azus. Hello, Gigabyte. My B4, right about here, I'm gonna go ahead and show you, go on my desktop and show you that what this thing is all about, this 460. Now, it's not a 460 Ti. If I'd have got the Ti, it would have cost me about another $150, maybe even $200. And so I could have gone up to a 12, but it would have been a 3-fan. Now, I also had to, it's got an 8-pin PCIe power supply, so, I had that on my in my build. I had a 850 watt power supply, so there was no problem powering this thing. I can go down here and actually see that it's it's running a little warm, 62 centigrade. That's my CPU. So it's making my CPU work faster. I'm not sure what any of that means. I'm running at a 60 FPS, and my CPU's at 11.6%. So why it's running so warm. I haven't figured that one out yet, but that's all coming. And anyway, let's scoot into the computer, and let me show you this NVIDIA thing. I'm gonna pause this and come back when we get there. So I think I'm down here somewhere, but you can see that I've well, nobody's been paying that much attention, but I've redone all my desktop and Enlightenment here. Make sure I got my pipe wire settings all set. Yeah, they're good. I always have to double check those. So this was just, as soon as I put it in, the computer went through a couple of reboots, and then it second reboot it downloaded this whole NVIDIA thing for Linux. So and it's got everything you want on it, all your information for this unit, and some settings that are worth changing, or at least worth looking at and knowing they exist. Of course, this is just my system information, and my display information, same, more display information. But let's go down here to my OpenGL settings. So you have 4 different settings. The quality and high quality are for video rendering and editing. The performance and high performance are more for gaming. So, talking to ChatGPT, it's told me that, quality was fine. Unless I get into some really super big files, high quality, but that's going to make my CPU burn a little faster. Now my CPU's cooled down to 56 degrees centigrade. It was up to 67 when I was in it. I'm still in Pro Tools. OBS, I hope. Anyway, this is my, I tried to get OpenShot to run on this, and I can see, that's what I'm using right there. So I don't know why it wouldn't do it. There's some ways I can configure OBS, and although I did have OBS running pretty well. Then here's everything you want to know about the card itself. And you can see here where it's, running in a Gen 3 slot, and utilizing 20, whatever. It's just going to bounce around. So, and then you got your thermal settings. So the CPU's running at 56 degrees centigrade, and my GPU's running at 55 degrees centigrade. Power miser, I don't care about that, although I have it running on auto, and apparently adaptive is decent to use as well. I'm not sure what the third one was. I can't remember. Performance. So performance just stays right there, and not necessary unless you're gaming. Auto's fine. It bounces around and goes where it's kind of needed. And so as far as information and all that goes, everything you want to know is right here. In the NVIDIA server settings. Anyway, let me pause it and I get back to normal. So anyway, everything you wanted to know about the 460 non-TI 8 gigabyte VRAM. World of difference. made my computer's performance, just made it run way faster, way quicker on the internet. When you're surfing around, just bam, 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 from one place to the other. And inside of here, everything looks clearer and nicer. On that note, adios, mi amigos y mi amigas, and buenos noches. I gotta look. Darn it.